we have some stuff that's just unfairly robotic. We need a robot. So, can you be a robot? Destroy half your body and replace it with cyborg parts. And he was like, yeah, no problem.
Use EMG pickups because they help you get the heaviest tone possible. Head over to emgpickups.com and use my promo code HEAVY at checkout and get 15% off. And then once you write the heaviest song of all time, head over to distrokid.com/VIP/Garza and save 30% off your membership to get all your songs on all streaming platforms. And now to the heaviest podcast of all time.
Simpsons too, I think. It's like are they still making it? Aren't
They are, but I
unfortunately,
think the quality of The Simpsons and Family Guy relative to when it started is not like where South Park is. I feel like
No,
South Park...
It's like the most consistent
Still going
show.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons, I think, I mean, even if you're not a fan, I'm not really a big Simpsons guy, but they're just the GOATs.
Yeah.
You know, that
I'm
that
a
show,
pretty big
The
fan.
OGs.
But but as a big fan, I would say the quality is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Damn, talking shit already, dude?
Yeah.
The longest running TV show, though.
Yeah.
So they already have their plaque.
Long.
That's why we're here.
Well, today we have Shadow of Intent, the full band.
Hell
Great.
damn.
It's great to see you guys. I was really expecting the bass player not to be here, so Andrew, thank you for that. I was like...
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you guys last time, like, and I didn't meet you yet. I'm like, oh, he's fucking partying. He's not gonna wake up tomorrow. No way.
As a grown
Thank
man.
you so much. It's an honor.
Thank
though,
you.
For real.
Can we do a quick intro?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm Chris.
I am Ben.
Bryce.
Andrew.
Guitar, singer, drums, bass player.
Nice.
And the bass player is up. Dude, I'm like in shock, to be honest.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, dude, please, dude, that's fucking sick, man.
Honestly, you're not the only one. I never see these guys up at this hour.
No, I never have.
Maybe him.
Only
Not
to
so much
poop.
Yeah.
Usually.
Dude, when you wake up and you gotta take a shit.
Oh, dude, it's the worst.
It's the only reason I wake up.
No, literally, yeah. Same.
Yeah, same. It gets a lot harder when you get older, so that's something to look forward to.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you're how old are you guys?
I'm
you're
the dad, so I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 26. I'm 26. I'm the baby. I'm 26.
26?
Yeah,
Okay.
26.
And then we're both 28.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not for long for you.
Yeah.
When you hit 34, 35, you're like, oh, it's getting a lot harder to clench my butthole. it's not.
If something slips out, it wasn't
I've
me.
been there since I was like 14
not my fault.
already.
Oh my God.
I've been training for that my whole life.
And that fucking bandwagon is just fucking shaking. It's just like making your shit come out.
Dude.
It shakes it right the fuck.
Shakes your bowels right up.
So shitty, dude.
Dude, great show last night in LA. That was a Wednesday. And great turnout. It was packed. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was so
pretty
sick.
dope.
Man, it was a good show.
It was fucking badass. And I saw you guys for the first time. It was literally like, I think shows were just coming back. Early 2022, you guys were with Cannibal
Yes.
Cannibal Corpse, yeah.
opening, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Opening.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, these guys are sick. So we're talking 2022, 20. So in just 2 years, you guys are now headlining the tour. And to see you play with Cannibal, and then in such a short amount of time, like, oh wow, they're headlining. There's a lot of fucking people here, and you have a light show, and you have like the sound. Or like when you guys go on, it's a different. Oh, like the fucking last band's playing right now.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool to see that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
It's
yeah.
definitely an honor, man.
LA
Dude,
is
sick.
always a banger. LA is always a
Yeah,
banger.
that was-
Yeah.
That's my first time playing that venue. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Region's badass.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
like
that
that
was
place.
I love hanging around you guys there because usually that venue is so fucking crowded with people. As far as like trying to hang out like in the back, so it's just people like just so us being have like an intimate conversation is pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
rare.
yeah, definitely.
It's fucking badass.
I love it.
Yeah, you guys formed in 2013.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
These beans.
it's all like very rough because me and Ben, Ben and I, sorry, discussed the concept back in 2012 when we met. But as far as like 2013 is we finally got together and recorded our demo together.
Yeah.
So we kind of, and I think we had picked the name. He had thought of the name then. So it's kind of like when everything started coming together a little bit.
So Ben came to me, hey, I love Halo. And
Yeah.
this is the band name.
So I did love Halo at the time. Not as much as people would probably imagine, but
Okay.
You read the books.
honest story, I was just stoned, hanging out in my living room late at night, listening to the demos
Yeah.
and playing video games. And some of the orchestral parts in it kind of gave me like that driving the Warthog through the Halo vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. And I was like, this isn't like a serious thing. I could probably like just whip out 5 songs about this stuff like willy-nilly. So we did it, and people liked it. And, other Halo players were connecting with us, so we kind of did like 2 albums about it. And, it just was its own thing. I'm glad people were even able to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's cool because it fits like the style of the music as well. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's
we
like a
tried
whole
to
theme
tie
and
that
vibe.
together, yeah.
Well, you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
It's sick. So you guys, for your first record, like you re-recorded songs off the EP, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And that was eventually your first record.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
So I'm really curious about some. So that came out in 2017.
The first record
Yes.
was beginning of 16, yeah.
16. Okay, awesome. Oh yeah, you're right. And whose idea was it to not play show off it or tour off it?
I think, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but he's always wanted to, and for a long time I didn't want to at all because I was already, playing in different bands already. And I felt like I couldn't handle playing more and like getting a whole band to put together this complex music live, because at the when you're a younger musician, getting people at a high skill level and keeping them committed and interested is hard.
Dude.
So one of many reasons. Just learning all those songs is a pain because they're so dense, especially the first album. So I was a little reluctant, but yeah, over time he convinced me that people would like to see this live.
So it's all Ben's idea.
To play live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Took some hammering.
Yeah. He hammered.
And you're like, I don't want to teach people these fucking songs.
Yes. But then I got good at Guitar Pro and can like tap out a song in like 2 hours with all the parts. I'm like, all right, this isn't that bad.
One song, 2 hours, or the whole shit?
Just one song. So each
One
song
song,
would take
2 hours?
God
Yeah.
of hell. That's pretty quick, though.
Yeah. Learning copy paste is like sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guitar Pro, I never really understood it.
It's
still
just, tabbing out stuff in a way, and you can play it back and slow it down and stuff, and it's a very good resource for learning songs.
Wow. Well, it's in a weird way, like it definitely helped your band, because maybe, I don't know if you guys did it on purpose, but it kind of starved like the people that might have wanted to see it. So like, you didn't, it 2016, we have a record out, but we're not even going to play like
Yep.
a show.
Yep.
That is so rare. You know who else did that? That was a story that Glenn told me from D-Side, where they put out the first record, they didn't really play any shows.
Oh, okay.
Really?
And it was like, damn, it's so opposite of what like you're kind of trained to do, So the fact that you guys did it your own way, and it didn't like rush out there for no like apparent reason, it's pretty rare. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It definitely worked out for the best, I would say.
And then you put out your second record, and then now it's time. Let's fucking play a show at the Webster.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Whose idea was it to play the Webster?
That was your idea, right?
I guess it was my idea, but also like my friend Justin Leach books at the Webster, and he was pushing as well. Like, I want the first show, and
Whoa.
he's been a great friend for a long time. So I'm like, yeah, like it makes sense. This is like our home venue,
Yeah.
so let's make it special.
Yeah, because you guys are from Connecticut.
Yes.
Where were you born, Chris?
I don't remember that far back, but
long time ago.
for 14
Many
years, like in my
moons.
childhood, I lived in Berlin, Connecticut. So I assume I was born at some hospital close to there.
That's where I live right now, ironically.
Yeah, and
Very crazy.
and his girlfriend has a place there, like
Yeah.
my childhood. It's so random. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Okay.
just
such a
moved
funny
up there.
coincidence that he now lives where I grew up for 14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were born in Texas, right? Okay.
No,
right.
just me.
Yeah,
I
okay.
29 years born and raised, and then I just moved up to Connecticut like almost a year ago.
That's a crazy move, huh?
It was terrifying. I legit thought I was gonna live in Texas my whole life. I really did.
Wow.
But this was just like these dudes are too cool. They're like, I've never had a brother. These dudes are like legit like my brothers. They've had my back. They took me in. I was like, yo, I need to change. I didn't know what it was, but I was like, let me take this leap of faith. And then through that, I just moved up there to be with the band, and I was like single, and then I ended up meeting my girlfriend through like moving up there. It was like meant to be, dude. It's been almost a year. It's like amazing change of pace from Texas. It's so sick. And he lives in New York now. I was living, like, he was sweet enough to, like, the only reason I was able to move there is because him and his fiance were kind enough to let me move in with them. Like, it was so sick. And then they would help me get on my feet, and then I was able to move out. And
Oh,
so
dude, that's
now
sick.
we only live like an hour from each other. And then he lives in New York, and we're only like an hour and a half from him. And then he also lives in New York, and it's like 2 hours.
Okay.
So, really not bad at all. Like, anytime we want to write or practice or whatever, it's really not.
Yeah. Who's
nothing.
Who's like? There's usually like when you're spread out like either hour or two. Like, who's like the central base?
Yeah, I've got like the studio where the albums are recorded and like a little room for our gear and practice. So kind of ends up being here.
It's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you guys are self-produced, self-recorded.
Yes.
That's so insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, well, yeah.
Insane.
Oh yeah. Also, me. This is a terrible job. Me as a host. So this is the earliest podcast we ever done. This California, 8 a.m. You guys were up until 4.
Hell right.
So-
well, me and him were.
Hell right, brother. Ripping and dipping.
Yeah.
8 a.m. Like, it was like because you guys got to jet over to San Diego today.
Yes.
So I really fucking appreciate you guys all being up so early, and just making time.
We appreciate you.
Yeah,
dude.
of
Yeah,
course.
we appreciate
You know.
you reaching out to us.
Yeah, it's sick. It's funny when you reach out to people, you kind of, without, learning, it wasn't my plan to learn this stuff, but you kind of understand band members or a band as a whole's hustle by how they reply to you.
Yeah.
And Chris, you were quick. Here we spoke via IG DMs, then went straight to text, and there was no time wasted.
Yeah.
And you really made the time work, and I really appreciate that. And you'll be surprised how many bands just won't make the time work. And to me, it's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like you get to play music, dude. Like, it's time to fucking grind. Like, any
Yeah.
opportunity you have to put your band out there or music, like, you really gotta fucking do it. And you guys would be surprised how many bands don't.
I've met a lot of people. I know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to get, obviously everyone is here, everyone's up, everyone's on board. So it's a team effort that we're all here.
Totally.
But yeah, I definitely try to push everyone to like maximize carpe diem. Like while you spend the day doing nothing, other people are out there getting further. And-
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, if you want this as like a career, you should maximize the time.
You have to. And I was speaking to a friend of you guys. What's his name? Sam?
I know many.
Yeah, we know a
Sims.
couple Sims.
No, I mean, no. He was at the show last night, and we were talking for a while.
Oh, the driver.
Our
then.
driver.
Well, yeah, was it our driver? He had long hair, glasses.
Did he know Mexican kid?
Okay,
Oh, shit.
then no.
Oh, Sammy Morales.
Oh yeah.
Sammy, I was right.
Sammy.
Boom.
Yeah.
8 a.m. brains working. Fuck
Hell
off.
right.
Yeah.
Set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like, oh.
I was like,
Yeah, he's an old friend. He toured with Rings
What
of Saturn
the
and
fuck's happening?
Traders, and I think he played in Dealey Plaza too. If you
Oh,
know
cool.
that band. But yeah, he's a cool guy.
he was asking me real quick. He was like, should I move to California? What's your take on that? I was like, and it made me think for like a second. I'm like, huh. And then I had two opinions came to my brain, and one was don't move out here. Just move out here. Like you're for like pleasure. It's just to move to California, just to be in California is pretty useless unless you have the money just to pretty much drop and throw away essentially.
Right.
If you have the money to do that, sure. If you don't, do not move to California. It's really fucking useless. However, if you're going to move to California and you're going to utilize while you're like what you're paying for, you're paying to like utilize California. Oh shit, a lot of people still live in LA. A lot of fucking people, whether it's artists, bands, producers, lawyers, labels. If you're gonna live out here, or whatever your chosen field is, I mean, it could be anything. Then sure, move out here. But you're gonna move out here and not utilize it. Like don't move here.
Yeah.
And then I kind of base that out of for what we do. You know, why are you gonna play Southern California and then just sit in the fucking where we at, like the band or whatever? Like, if you're gonna play California, and then if you could do something else to push the band forward, you got to do it. That's why we're here. Mm-hmm. You know, like, and you guys really, you'll be surprised how many bands don't fucking do that. And you guys did. You guys did. No fucking excuses. The bass player is here for fucking crying out loud, dude.
Sure. He works hard.
8:30.
Holy shit. So, I mean, you know, right out of the gates, I really appreciate you guys' focus and love and work ethic. Really,
man. Thank
really
you.
cool. And it's rare. It is.
Well, like you said, man, like carpe diem, dude. It's like you're not like I like live my life by that, like constantly. Like you're not.
I don't know
You're
what
really
that
not.
means.
It's basically another way to say that you're not promised tomorrow. You know what I mean?
You're
like
not. No.
And there's plenty of things that could happen in life to remind you of that. Losing friends too young, like whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely ingrained in me, and it's like, whether like we know it or not, I like to think that we live by that. You know what I mean? Just because this shit is so fast. Like we talked about last night, like this life is like crazy. And we
It
don't
is.
sometimes we don't think about it until we've been doing it for half our lives, and then we just like, holy shit, like this is nuts.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for us to like cherish the moment, and like, you know, when something like this comes up, like you said, it would just be, I just think it would be irresponsible to sleep and be like, oh yeah, it was cool to offer that, but no way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No way.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah, and Bryce, like you've been eating shit for a long time, huh?
Yeah.
Like what were you doing prior to this band?
Right directly before this, I was doing Abigail Williams for like 2 years. The way I got into that is me and Kin were in the Faceless together with Justin from Zenith Passage, and we had all quit that together because it wasn't working out. And Kin was like, "Well, damn, I'm gonna restart Abigail. Do you want to play drums?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I need a job." And like before Faceless, I was a straight up local drummer. I started touring when I was 16 because of Craigslist.
That's insane.
Like I literally, my parents, I was like, yo, I knew when I was 15, I found YouTube. I found Mike Port, like we're big Dream Theater fans. That's something we connect on.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Oh yeah. I found Mike Portnoy. I know this sounds silly, but before I was 15, I didn't know that you got paid to do this. Legit. And so when I was 15, I saw this like Cribs episode thing of Mike Portnoy, and they pull up to his mansion in like Long Island, and he opens the door. I'll never forget this. And he welcomes him into his house, and he goes, "Welcome to the house that drums built." And I was like, "Yo, skirt." I was like, "What?" And I started researching, and I looked, and I was like, all he does is play in this fucking band, and he has this house. I was like, you can play drums and get paid to play drums? And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that was it. From that moment, I was like, I'm fucking doing this. I asked my parents, I was like, would you let me tour? I was raised very Christian. They're like, only way is if it's a Christian band. I said, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I went on Craigslist. I fucking typed in Christian touring band, auditioned for the first one, got in when I was 16, just during summers. Did that for 2 years, joined another Christian band through that. You know what I mean? And just grinded, making $0. Like I told you, sleeping on the fucking concrete outside of Walmart's because there was no room in the van. And did that like literally until I was 25, until the Faceless thing came about. I was in this band Seeker before that helped me get there. There's a lot of bands that like, you know, helped me get here. But it's just so crazy that all that happened. Like I told you, I just did it because I loved it. I didn't know there was money in this.
Yeah.
Or that this could be a job. you know. And then I get the message from them. I was already a huge fan. And then I didn't even, he was like, I know you could maybe do this because you played the Faceless, but the Faceless is not 300 BPM. So he was like, I don't know if you could do it, but he was like, we'd love for you to try. And I didn't think I could do it. I had never played that fast. I literally ripped a bong, ripped 2 Bang energy drinks, and was like, oh, fuck it. And hit, literally, this is what happened. Hit record, sent him the video, and he was like, oh, it's pretty nice. Tighten it up a little bit, but it's pretty nice. I redid it, sent it in. Like waited for like a month. I was like, oh man, no way I'm getting this. I should have been, you know how we are. We're always like perfectionist.
fucked up.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. And they were like, you got it. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Did 2 tours with them, had a blast, offered me the job. It's literally like a dream come true, dude. It's like legit like a fairy tale ass shit to me. Like I couldn't be more grateful for all this stuff. Like I you know what I mean? Like to even have a bandwagon and to be able to not have to drive after, like to be able to sleep, everything about this is like incredible.
To go from a Walmart cement floor to a bandwagon is pretty fucking crazy, huh?
Yeah, bro. Dude, I sold like, not to talk too much, but I literally sold my entire room when I was 16 to get my drum set to be able to go on tour. I sold my bed, my dresser, my Xbox, my TV. I sold every single thing I had in my room to raise enough money to get my drum set, and then I slept on the floor for 7 years.
Dude, what drum set you fucking buy?
I bought a fucking Truth custom kit when everyone played Truth, like back in the day when August Burns Red, Devil Wears Prada, Under Oath, everyone played Truth. It was like $5,000. The kit was, but I legit, like I fucking sold everything that I could to get that drum set. And then I got that drum set, and I slept wherever I had to or wherever I could, people's couches, people's floors, whatever I had to do, so I could tour just because I loved it. I just wanted to do it just because I had this dream. And then, like, legit never would have thought that this would happen, dude. Like, no way.
Did you, who sent Bryce a message?
Chris.
Mm-hmm. How'd you find Bryce?
So, honestly, like, I don't remember how we first became acquainted online, but I definitely like noticed the day the Faceless announced that he was playing with them, and I had him on Facebook. I was like, this guy's playing for the Faceless now. Really, I gotta, pay attention to this guy's. Like, it was unexpected, and then like started following what he was doing. I was like, and then we came into a situation where our other drummer was getting opportunity, like some really sick opportunities. We all knew he'd regret if he wasn't doing so. Like, all right, well, we need someone to fill those shoes. So I like went through my entire Facebook, Instagram, looked through YouTube, and just kept coming back to him. I'm like, he checks the boxes. I just need to see it for real because we have some stuff that's just
crazy,
unfairly robotic. We need a robot. So, can you be a robot? Can you destroy half your body and replace it with cyborg parts? And he was like, yeah, no problem.
That's your sick plan, huh?
Yep.
That's what's so crazy is it worked. Like I'm just so grateful for them for so many reasons, but I would have never even tried to do that had he not. I had never played, like, legit, like the fastest song I ever played was 250, 260 with Faceless, and it was the same thing. I had never even been able to play 230 or 240, but then the Faceless offered me a tryout, and I was like, I was a straight up, no one knew who I was a local ass drummer, and I was like, if I do this, people would know who I was, but I can't do it yet. But I was like, I have to try. Same shit. Ripped a bong, drank 2 bangs, and just fucking and just hit record. And you just do it because you fucking have to. Because like, I know I'm hungrier. I know I'm gonna be up against dudes, but at the end of the day, I know I'm gonna be hungrier and more obsessed than they are. They might be better than me, but if I work harder, I'll get it. And, like, that's always been my mindset. And it was the same thing. Like, I couldn't play that fast, but I was like, if I don't try, I'll never know. And, like, I can't. My biggest fear in life is, like, regret. Is, like, dying and thinking, oh, what if I would have tried out for this band? And if I wouldn't have done it, my life would be completely different. So I went for it, and somehow now I can play 300 BPM. It makes no sense. It's absolute bullshit. That music is even 300 BPM is like insane, but I do it because I have to, and it's like so sick. And I never would have known if he wasn't like, yeah, if you can do this, then you can rip these sick tours. And I was like, oh.
You fucking ripped this
Yeah,
sick tour.
all right, yeah, despised icon, fuck. All right. Like that's to me that's like the coolest way. Like fucking throw yourself. Like same thing with this tour. Like I've been having I think I mentioned to you, I've been having like really bad like nerve issues with like my back and my legs, and I've always just done singles. And this is like our most important tour, and I was like, all right, well I can either like teach myself doubles for this tour to guarantee that we sound the way that we're supposed to, or I could be lazy and just hope that this magically fixes itself. And I'm like, no. Like, this is, like, our most important tour. Whatever I have to do to make sure that we sound good, like, I have to do it. And so, like, last minute I learned doubles just to, like, save my beans. And it's been sick, dude. Just because you have to. Because, like, these kids paid money to come see us. And, like, it means a lot to me. I've been told on this tour a couple times by some people. They're like, "There's some hype around you guys. I wasn't sure what to expect, but you held up to it." That's all I want to fucking hear. The last thing I want to hear is that, "Yeah, I heard you guys and you guys like didn't deliver." Fuck that.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hear that. No way. You know.
Yeah, it's like you're, like all of your hunger and obsession as a band. It's during those moments, it's subconsciously shines through.
Yeah.
You know, all like your deep love for well over a decade just kind of shines through without you knowing.
Yeah.
How long just like real quick? How long did you have going from 250 260 BPM to 300 and to learn that and then send it off for a tryout? How long was that?
Oh, I did it in 2 days.
2 days.
I just attempted this song for 2 days and then sent in a video. And then he was like, clean it up. And then I think I did like 2 or 3 more days of practice and then sent the other video. I think I sent 2 videos before most people sent their first one. I think I sent my revised video before most people sent their first one. But I think, like, I'm like, if I show him that I am serious about this, even if someone's better than me, maybe I'll get it.
That's insane.
And it fucking worked, and I literally can't believe it. But like,
I can't believe it for
that's
either.
the thing, man. It's like
pretty,
I'm like real big into manifestation and shit. Like what
Same.
you think is what you attract, and if you fucking want something and you fucking want it bad enough, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah, dude, it's very true. Like you and Ernie are very similar. Like we had like a quick tryout for drummers, and like, you know, like you hit up different styles.
Oh yeah.
And it's like okay, this person will be, I guess, viewed technically better. That person probably technically better, but this person just decided to show up and be obsessed and start fucking learning.
Exactly.
These guys, I think some guy didn't even send a fucking tryout video. He was probably just practicing so much and probably got psyched out, didn't even fucking try. And some other guy took like over a week to send like a video, and that turns off your subconscious. Like, well, it's like you get an offer to try out for a band and you didn't. In a weird way, you didn't even take it.
Right.
When this person just fucking stepped in, I mean, that's exactly what like you did. You know, so you're like in a weird way, like you kind of proved like your confidence, like to do it, which is all we want. Like someone that fucking cares,
Right.
And you will learn,
Right.
You know.
And Ernie's a fucking great dude. Like you see, it's
very
just
nice.
Yeah.
it's so cool how you see. I feel like you see this happen a lot. Like a lot of the really cool success stories, like in the music industry, it's like a drum like the drummer of this super famous band, like it was the drum tech or something that like just was so obsessed he fucking practiced his ass off behind the scenes to make sure that when it was time to shine, him against other drummers, he just fucking, you know, shit like that is
Yeah,
like
totally.
inspiring to where it's like, okay. And then ironically, Ernie actually helped one of my fucking dreams come true, like, because he played for Whitechapel for what, 2 fucking years, I want to say.
Yeah.
I filled in for Whitechapel for like one fest and actually ended up a couple of shows on our last tour, did double duty, because he was doing y'all stuff and they had hit him up to do some stuff, and he was like, oh, I'm busy, but this Bryce dude could probably do it. And like,
Whoa.
And so I got to live another dream just because homie's fucking looking out for his boys. You know what I mean? Shit's fucking cool, man. This is like, the metal community is like the sickest shit in the world.
It's definitely becoming a lot more. People are helping each other out a lot more than they did back,
Yes.
back in the day. Like, 10 years ago was very like
Cutthroat is
very cutthroat, scarcity, fucking. We gotta play over this band. It's just like this fucking. So it's really cool to see that happen. It's different, and hopefully that keeps happening because we can't do it alone. We all need to help each other.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no one band that's gonna do anything, and one. We gotta fucking help each other.
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy.
I want everyone to eat, bro. That would be fucking sick. Like,
And there's plenty of food to go around. It's people
Yes.
don't fucking. I'm trying not to go on a rant, so I'm gonna shut up. But I'm just trying. There's just plenty of room to eat for everybody.
yeah.
And there's some
Just don't be a
bands-
dickhead. It's super easy.
Yeah, Bryce,
Yeah.
stop being a dick, dude. God, I met him last time. Like, this guy's a fucking asshole. Shit.
Who's this idiot?
Andrew, how did you get into the band?
Wow. It's a crazy story.
You know it's gonna be good.
Me and Chris, man, I just happened to play a local show underneath his other band, Currents.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this show at this fucking clapped out ass venue in Long Island called fucking
Clapped? Holy
Vibe,
shit.
Vibe Lounge in Long Island. It was so shot. The promoter didn't even show up. No one got paid. And but the show still played, and it was like Awaken Providence, Varials, Currents, and then a bunch of locals. And then I see this dude with like a Testament shirt, just like sweet picking like a fucking janitor, and I'm just like, yo, gotta be friends with this dude. So, shit, we just like started talking on Facebook, and I think I played for Currents once upon a time on bass, filling in, and then it's actually kind of funny. The first time Shadow was building a live lineup, and they needed bassist, guitarist. I was talking to him about it, and I listened to the songs, and I was like, I can't play this.
It's hard shit, dude.
Dude,
It's
yeah.
fucking. What you guys do is really hard.
It's fucking, the songs are fucking rippers. So I was like, shit,
Definitely.
I didn't have the confidence at that point, and then maybe like a year and a half later, he asked me again, and I was like, I was working at Best Buy stocking microwaves, and I got a message from him, and he was like, yo, if you can learn these songs, you can come on this tour. Literally drop the microwave in its place and just walk out the fucking door. Not actually.
Damn.
Not actually. That's not actually what happened.
That's literally the story of how I moved to Connecticut. I literally dropped what I was holding in Walmart and walked out on the spot and drove to
Yeah,
Connecticut.
big fan.
Dude,
Yeah. Dude just took me under his wing. That's it.
that's
Go home.
sick.
Yeah.
And you've been in a band since 2018, huh?
2018. Yeah, that's right. And then the first tour I did was actually the first tour Bryce did as well. So,
Hell yeah.
and that was a great tour. That was the Despised Icon tour, the first one.
Great.
It was Despised Icon, Kublai Khan, Ingested.
Oh wow.
And
Suffocation was on
Suffocation
some
was on a
shows.
few dates.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, that was my first tour I ever did.
was your
and
first tour?
That was my first tour I ever did. Yeah, it was crazy. and here we are. So yeah, just homies, man. Everybody, like we said, everybody just looking, like he was talking about, just like everyone looking out for each other. Putting other dudes on, like just like, you got a homie that's like really talented and it's just like sitting at a fucking like 9 to 5 or some shit, and if you could help him out, give him a fucking spot in your band, that's real sick. Thanks, man.
Yeah, or a friend, or a friend's band or whatever. You
Yeah.
hear about a band like that's touring, and a guy that like is hungry to tour and like think they can do it, and they're more than capable. Try to get them that tryout. You have nothing. What do you have to lose to just?
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose, dude. And it's like such little effort on your end, and if they kill it and it changes their life, that's the sickest thing ever. Don't be like a bitch about it. Don't be like, I got you that job. That's fucking whack. But
Yeah, of
like
course.
just be stoked for them. It's like the coolest shit ever, dude.
It is, man.
You know what I mean?
And when you see someone get a cool gig or a band get a certain tour, you're like, damn, that's fucking what a trip, man.
Yeah, dude. That's the coolest shit ever.
It is.
Man, for real.
It's crazy also how your life can change completely just from a message or a text.
Yeah.
You could just boom.
The internet,
Life-
dude.
life is-
I have no. It's like my entire career and anything I know came from the internet, literally, like directly.
Same.
Damn.
So it's like, it literally all started with that Craigslist. Like, that one band introduced me eventually. Everyone I know is traced back to that first band that I joined from Craigslist. Literally.
It's crazy how it
it's like
keeps
a
going,
web.
huh? Yeah,
you
it's
know,
like
you know.
boom, boom.
It
Yeah,
really is like
it's
that.
insane. And I think about that sometimes. I'm like, oh.
How'd I get here? Oh yeah, duh.
It's like a big old spider web. It's nuts. It's like fucking sick, dude.
Life's like a big spider web. Holy
sick.
shit, I'm fucking high.
Oh, spiders are
Yeah, he's
scary.
really high.
Hey Ben, where did you live before Connecticut? You just said that you were working at Walmart and then you just fucking left.
Yeah, I actually was born and raised in Westerly, Rhode Island. This little town on the coast of Rhode Island, right on the Connecticut border. And I lived there for 20 years and moved to Connecticut, to Milford, Connecticut with my now fiance, Brittany. I worked at Walmart. I worked at McDonald's and Walmart before
Oh
this.
my goodness, the two.
Yeah, right. What a
Yeah,
compliment.
I
He's
had
done it all. He's done
no
it all.
skills, no college.
Wow.
I was,
impressive.
debating military and whatnot, just where to go in life. And
Whoa.
yeah, Shadow became a thing kind of right around that same time. And, we released Primordial right after I moved to Connecticut, and everything for this band just kind of took place after I lived there.
Damn. So you just fucking moved. Boom.
Yep.
No thought.
There's nothing in Rhode Island like metal scene like wise really, especially where I was from. Like it was an hour to Providence, it was an hour to Hartford, so there's no one who's playing music where I lived. So to do anything, I had to get out of there, basically.
Damn. It's a lot of. What do you think about this? Like, it's a lot of luck there. It sounds like shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like most of it is dumb luck, and I met him also like how these guys met each other, just like at a local show in 2 different local bands that we were in at the time, and we admired each other's skills and became friends and whatnot. And
That's cool.
We made a band and met these guys.
Met these psychos. And
Yeah.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah. It's there is a magic to like, just no matter how shitty your band is, just fucking play those local shows, and then you might just meet people.
Yeah, for
You know?
real.
Yeah, but never forget, like, first time seeing him do vocals, he was only 17 or 18. I'm like, this guy is as good or better than any extreme vocalist I've ever seen, and he's just only gotten better,
Yeah.
So just kind of like, gotta capture him. Gotta
Yeah.
take him. Like, everyone needs
Yeah.
to hear this,
It's crazy. We have a very similar thought process. Like you see, like, oh, that singer, I want to be in a band.
Yeah.
Let's just somehow rip him away from his.
Yeah.
their-
Well,
their current band.
luckily they ripped each other away from each other. So
Perfect. Yeah. That's all. It's also
he was
good
ripe.
luck.
He was very ripe.
That was the first time I saw it. When I first saw you play with Deaths, I walk into the venue and this dude's on stage and I'm just like, so this is the Bender I've been hearing about.
Oh, that's a good one.
And he gets off stage. I was like, dude, what the fuck? That was mental. And he's like, yeah, man, that was like, all right, I didn't do too good. And I was like, what are you talking about? My
That's what he
brain is on
that's
the
what he
wall.
said to me too.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it sounds like something I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to generalize, but it seems like vocalists, singers are like kind of like self-deprecating constantly. Is that like a thing with the singers?
It's kind of just like it's hard to explain because when you're doing it, like you're not really paying attention to like how it sounds. You know what I mean? It's more like I'm paying attention to like the technical aspect of it, and if I feel or hear like any little slight hiccup or something that's not supposed to be in there, then I'll get irritated with myself about it. Because I used to be like drill sergeant with this kind of stuff when I was a teenager. Like I would practice like 3-4 hours a day because I wanted to be like the perfect vocalist.
Vocals?
And, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I would rip whole Suicide Silence albums, whole Whitechapel albums back to back, Cannibal Corpse,
Whoa.
when I come home from school, and just try to do all of the different things, and so now that we're here and, we have all the pressure and everyone's coming to see the Shadow of Intent show, I want to deliver exactly that. So, yeah, I do get pretty critical with myself, I guess.
Damn, that really explains watching you guys, like, the years you put and hours you put into practicing it's really showing now. It's cool, man. Congrats. It's badass.
Thanks, dude.
You're like, oh, yeah, why? Because your style of obviously we're both in like the, I guess you could say like the deathcore umbrella as, and but you guys have your own sound, and it's really, I was watching you guys. I'm like, this is very like happening in real time. Watching it, seeing like the umbrella just widen, kind of like what happened to like metalcore. Like, I mean, you listen to that band, they're way different than that band. Like the umbrella is just like, it's like, damn, it's so fucking cool. You guys have your own thing going on. It's dope.
Yeah, the fact you can say like Parkway and Knock Loose and Memphis Mayfire, Kill Switch. It's like, oh, this is all metalcore. It's like, well, they don't really sound like they should be the same thing, but I guess they are.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you guys have your own thing going on. It's fucking badass to like see it, hear it.
You know, I've actually saw Travis Ryan saying something exactly like that about death metal one time.
Yeah.
Talking about Cattle Decapitation, I think. He was like talking about how people referred to them as death metal. He was like, I don't think we're death metal or something like that, because he was comparing it to like Deicide and Morbid Angel
Right.
and Suffocation.
Interesting.
Like that is death metal, you know what I mean?
Hell
Yeah.
damn, brother. It is.
Right.
But
And Cattle definitely also
they're
just
like
sounds
an
a lot
evolution.
different than they did 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Or
for
like
sure.
a new band.
gonna see him today.
Is today Travis Ryan Day?
Today's Travis Ryan
Very
Day.
nice.
Oh wow,
He's coming to
damn.
San Diego.
Can you guys do me a favor?
Anything.
A public favor?
Anything.
Can you? I don't know if you guys should ask him or tell him. Garza says what's up, and he wants you to be on the pod.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I'm gonna grab vegan burritos with him.
Oh, dude,
Probably him and Kendrick, so
You have
damn.
to.
Oh.
You can't miss that.
I'll
Dude.
slide it over. Oh shit.
Oh, that's like,
At least it's empty.
Well, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I remember I saw Cattle with around here with fucking Skinless and Impaled. It was so sick. Yeah, Travis is a serious innovator in like death metal and vocals that
Yeah,
you still
for real.
like look back and like, oh, you're a fucking OG and
Yeah.
a leader, you know?
Yeah, especially nowadays with all of like it's like his vocal influence is very apparent in modern deathcore. I feel like with
Yeah.
a lot of the newer vocalists.
You
I
be
mean,
one.
me myself am too. And I could think of like Dickie Allen. I'm sure Will from Lorna Shore. There's a lot of us that all used to rip Cattle Decap and all
Yeah.
the same different other bands that we probably learned
Yeah.
from the same era.
It's true because Travis has, I think, the widest range and styles, and it's one fucking person. You know,
Yeah,
he
for
I think he was doing that before anybody.
Yeah,
You
It
know,
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
I
He
get-
still has
I
like the
get, like-
craziest highs I think I've ever heard of.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah, they're
like
fucking
there's
insane.
there's a ton of shit I can do. I can't fucking figure those out. I don't know how he does that shit. And I get his like mindset though with the vocals. Like, there's a lot of vocalists that will just try to do vocals over the song, but I get the mindset of like trying to embody and complement the music with your vocals. And like hearing him talk about that when I was younger kind of directs how I write music today too. Like I try to keep that in mind. This isn't the vocal showcase. This is the band, and
Yeah.
just the whole sound together is
Yes.
what is important.
Yeah, I mean, you're a band, and like you're supporting each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Right.
Like most people would consider the vocals. Like listeners, I guess, would say that that's like the focal point of the band. But to me, like he's the focal point of the band.
Mhm.
I follow him. So
That's true.
it's a big team effort.
Yeah, singers tend to follow the drummer a lot.
I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's so fun.
If I can't hear anything, I just
He goes by symbols.
Yep,
dude.
I just listen to the hi-hat and the ride and just follow along.
Wow.
And I'm like hella ADHD. Like another reason why I appreciate this band so much and like Chris is because like it's like hard. I mean, it makes sense. Like when I'm playing, if like it's like Faceless and Abigail stuff. Like I need to be playing it like to the album because like people know, people know those songs and they know those drum parts. Like I need to keep it like that. But if it's like something else or like, I feel like I haven't had a super ton of freedom sometimes. Like there's been a couple bands that give me plenty of freedom, but he just like lets me be me. Like they all like let me be myself on stage, and like I think that adds a lot. Like we are all have our own individual styles, and like this team is so sick because they just blend. Like he has like everyone is obviously his vocal style is like very distinct. Like when you hear his vocals, it's like that's Binder.
Agreed.
I feel the same way about Chris's guitar parts and melodies and leads. Like when I hear it, I'm like, damn, that's like Chris Wiseman. Like even like he did like don't not to put you on the spot, but he did this sick song for that like 10-year-old girl that that did the Spirit Box cover that like went viral.
Yeah.
And he didn't even tell us that he did it, but I listened to it and I was like, yo, this sounds like something Chris would do. And then I scrolled down and he fucking did it.
Oh wow.
And then he's an incredible guitarist as well, like insane downpicker, incredible vocals, like very distinct style. And like I'm just he's like amazing. And then I'm just like big, huge Portnoy fan, so like I love cymbal accents. I'm just super ADHD, so I go over the top. And there's so much cool stuff happening. I love to like match as much as possible. It's just so cool that like we all are allowed to be ourselves, and it's like we're enjoying ourselves, and when all that comes together, dude, that's why the shows are so fun, and like the people are fucking, the energy's high and the people are smiling and shit, because they can see that we're like having fun on stage, but at the same time, like you said earlier, like we're like straight up playing with conviction.
Yes.
But enjoying it.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? And it's the cool shit, because you can literally feel, it's undeniable that people feel that, and like are reciprocating it with their own energy, and it's like insane.
Yeah, it's great. You guys, you can't fake energy, or obsession. You guys, it explains a lot. I mean, because sometimes I'll listen to a new band and I kind of try to what it is about them. You start doing some digging. I'm doing digging right now with you guys. It shows that all of you put yourselves into it, and you allow each one of you to be you. And again, one of those common sense things. A lot of bands don't do that. Put your personality into the music. That's how you stand out. It's kind of one of those like things. Like just do what you want to do. You combine influences and just be yourself. Put yourself in it. Then all of a sudden you have your own sound.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
And sometimes tends to come from our scene where like guitar players might be a little bit too controlling, and will actually hinder the band from expanding, really like becoming like, because a lot of great guitar players from where I was from like are way better than me, but they kind of just didn't know how to let someone else just be them in like a band, and that's how the sound gets like fucking over the top. It's cool. It's cool that did you have that mindset already? Did you do that on purpose or on accident? Like have people in the band and just let them be them? Was that like?
I think the mindset was kind of just like, we need to like all, or at least vast majority, think something's great, and if I do something and no one's that stoked on it, or he can't write vocals to it, I'm like, yeah, we can't use it because people aren't vibing with it. So, yeah, the mindset's just definitely like everyone needs to think it's sick, or it's probably not that sick. So I've done things that I thought were cool, and then, he's like, oh, I don't really know what I'd do with this, or it's cool, but it's not the best. Then it really just gets scrapped, like, because I was just like, all right, I need to write something better or something that suits the band better. So that's kind of really where the mindset lies.
Cool. So you don't have an over attachment to riffs. Like you're able to listen when someone like present, hey, it's not as sick as I thought. Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
I definitely, if something's not happening, I'm not gonna force it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so insane that you have that natural fucking process, because you'll write something and you get over attached to it, and then someone else comes in like, sounds something cool, or basically it's unspoken when like let's say a band can't put lyrics over it. It kind of tells you like, well, one, he's not vibing with it, and then like the other band members come in, like, no one's like vibing it, so it's like, well, it's not as sick as I thought, or it's something about it that just doesn't stick. Because sometimes it sounds fucking amazing. Sometimes, this is the fucking best thing I wrote, but then like when you start putting energy into it. It's like something's not clicking. It's like it's like an unexplainable thing. It's so
Demoitis, dude.
I feel like
It's when you
that's
fucking
every song I write.
when you listen to like
Yeah.
a demo too many times and you get attached to it and
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're just used to it going into that next riff.
Yep.
But someone's like, "Yo, can we change that riff?" And you're like, "Fuck
you.
I mean, I really like that riff." And it's like, "Yeah, I mean that riff is sick. We could definitely use it." But like, but it is so important to be able to do that. You know,
Very, very
like
important.
so important. It's
Yeah.
sick. It's
I
super
feel like
fun.
if out of everybody, I'm the one who gets attached to parts, then I'm like, no, come on, we can't change it.
yeah.
With
Yeah.
riffs too.
Definitely.
Or sometimes like they might like switch like an order. Like they'll change this part and like switch it. Like wait,
Exactly.
but I like that. Or
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm that guy.
Literally,
yeah.
that exact thing has happened.
It doesn't help that I'll like send a demo to the band before I even like it, and I know I don't like certain parts.
Yeah.
And
And then they'll fucking
then they'll
follow.
hear it and they're like, "Oh, that's perfect," but I still don't like fully like it. So I definitely. That's one thing I might have to change about my creative process is sit on it a little longer before I show people, because I don't want them to be sold on it when I'm not sold on it yet. I'd rather them
Yeah.
hear something that I'm already stoked on. But I also like giving updates. I'm like obsessed with giving like little updates. So
Mhm.
I need to find a better middle ground probably.
Could be a balanced middle ground, but do you think it's like it could be? Because I'm only basing this how I work. Sometimes you have like this idea that and wait, this needs more work. I'm not happy with it yet, but if you present it to the rest of the band, like they could come up with like a better idea that you could ever fathom. You ever go through that?
Yeah. And it does happen sometimes, but hasn't happened too much. But yeah, that would be excellent.
Yeah, I guess so you just gotta find that middle ground. It's all it is, right? And then we're all getting older. Remember, like fucking back in the day, someone says like you don't like a riff or a part, like fuck you, I quit. Piece of shit. God.
I wrote that. Damn.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
That's my
That's
riff.
a direct insult to me personally,
Oh my
bro.
God,
Don't
you're
you understand?
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm getting fucking nightmares already.
No, that's the funny that I've literally seen arguments like that, from bands, and it's just like, damn, you don't get it.
Should have been a drummer.
You'll never learn.
there's such like a blessing and curse. Like each like there's like the singer pros and cons, the drummer pros and cons. But bless you, Chris. Guitars and bass players. Man,
So
holy
funny.
shit.
There's like stigmas with everyone. It's like
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. Memes for everyone. It's
Oh.
so funny.
Especially me.
Yeah, I was telling Chris yesterday. I'm like, I think the laziest person in the band is definitely the bass player.
It's like
So
it's
lazy.
like every
Sleep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you like our light show last night?
Yes.
That
Okay.
was my
I
son
built
right
it.
there.
Oh my goodness.
It's LD/bassist
yeah.
extraordinaire, bro.
Damn. So you built that scene.
So our good friend Kevin Zito sends us out with the lights. He programs the whole thing, and it's pre-programmed to line up with the time code with the MIDI. And I build the whole thing. I've built our lights for like 3 tours now, and it's super fucking fun. It's like it's like a giant guitar pedal board kind of.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and this was the big. So what happened was like the last 2 times I did lights for us, it was like the most simple setup ever, and this one was like full trusses
Yep,
and everything.
solid.
So the first day in Montreal, I was like fighting off panic attacks, setting this shit up. I was like, here we go, and it fucking ended. It just like Bryce said, you have to, you just do it.
Yeah,
you just do it.
Fucking
You
do
have
it. Yeah, you just gotta rip it. Just rip. Just
Yeah.
rip.
How do you learn something like that?
So our good friend Kevin Zito, who's been like handling our lighting situation for years now, he showed me the ropes, and it was fairly simple the first 2 times, but like I said, this tour was like a giant jump with like maybe triple the size of the last 2. So that was a little daunting, intimidating, but it was it's not that bad it's just a bunch of wires and just like anything else, you know, like a bunch of wires, bunch of electricity, bunch of wires, a bunch of electricity, and just make sure it's in the right order, make sure everything's plugged in, and it's fucking worth it. You know, it's fucking worth it to work on something every day and see the finished product at the end of it. Like it feels fucking good to work, man. Like whatever, and I tell these guys all the time, like I'm always down to like pick up more shit, you know, and it was just an extra task to learn, you know, bassists don't do shit anyways, and so
yeah.
so that was it really, yeah.
And you guys are fucking very advanced.
Yeah.
Very advanced. Dude, a bass player that sets up the light rig? Holy shit, I cannot wait to get that kind of shit.
Man. Very
Where's my fucking light show, dude?
Yeah, he's like, shit, where do I get one of those? Where do I get one of them LD bassists?
He's like, I don't know, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with those things. Yeah. Wait, where do I plug this in, bro? What is this?
Well, you do definitely have your own sound. I'm just curious, what are some of your main influences?
Go around the table.
When we we'll go around the table. But when we inputted like CD Baby, who like distributes some of our first albums, it like asks you 3 similar bands, and I would put Demon Borgir, Whitechapel, and the Black Dahlia Murder.
Okay.
And I feel like at least at the beginning, that was kind of the framework for the music, because like This Is XL era Whitechapel kind of has like some melodic riffs going on, but with like dark, eerie stuff going on, and vocals in kind of like the same realm of what he's doing. And then Black Dahlia Murder has like a bunch of riffs and solos going on that kind of inspire us. And then Demon Borgir has like the dark orchestra, and some little other elements that we really enjoy. So I feel like, at least at the beginning, that's like 3 bands that kind of shaped what's going on.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you personally, bro, your personal favorite band that inspired you.
Don't
as
be
a
afraid to
child.
tell your
let's
secrets.
hear it,
I don't
let's
know.
hear it.
I know
but yeah.
at least 2 of them.
We love Metallica here. We love
You.
yeah, sorry.
Tell me some secrets, you fuck. Come on.
Yeah, brother.
Metallica's a great band. Dream Theater's a great
I love
band.
There it
Metallica.
is, Dream Theater.
Avenged Sevenfold is a great
There you
band.
go. Cool.
Big fan.
Yeah,
Cool.
Big fan, huge fan actually.
yeah. The Blackening from Machine Head.
Great.
Great album, you know.
Cool. Ben? Niall?
Nile, yes.
All
Lots of Cannibal Corpse, Bloodbath, Behemoth.
Nice.
A lot of old school death metal. Suicide Silence. Actually, I learned how to do high screams to Suicide Silence in Black Dahlia Murder.
Whoa.
So you could include those as well. I guess Whitechapel, Dimmu Borgir, Abbott. I mean, there's so many. Cattle Decapitation. I have a lot of influences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just listened to straight death metal and black metal for hours and hours as a teenager, and
Wow.
did the vocals.
Yeah, it fucked them up real good.
Oh yeah, yeah, real good. I'm just now coming off of it.
Holy shit.
Just, I don't know. Yeah,
So you're more of like the brutal guy.
yeah, for sure.
That's like straight up like this is my shit all the time.
Yep, it's
Right
either death metal or black metal or.
I respect it.
No, I respect
I respect it
absolute
so much.
shit out of that. Yeah,
I respect
I really do.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
You know what you like, and I'm doing it. Hey,
I'm like
Pedal down 24/7.
Yeah, man. It's those tremolo riffs.
I have 2 of the same. I also Avenged Sevenfold was like my first biggest drum influence, like huge. The Rev like changed my life. Then Dream Theater, Between the Buried and Me, August Burns Red, Suicide Silence, Meshuggah, Whitechapel, all that shit. Except I'm just like, I don't listen to metal at all really, just because it's like all we do. So I love that stuff, but all I listen to is like Circus Survive and Ariana Grande and Justin
Nice.
Bieber and shit. Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Hell damn.
That's a very wide.
Change it up, bro. Let me hear the opposite now.
Yeah.
Just ripped.
It's true. I mean,
Let me hear some high singing notes now. Wow.
when you're playing screaming electric guitar music every night and loud screamo music, you know, it's. I don't blame him one bit for, you know, wanting to throw on some fucking.
Of course.
I do.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Stay true, bro.
Yeah, Ben is
Justin
like,
Bieber
that
again."
wasn't brutal enough.
What a bunch of posers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know your.
Yeah,
tell-
well,
tell the
shit.
kids.
When me and you used to drive the van, we would always rip like. It started off okay. The metal started off with Linkin Park Meteora because I used to
Nice.
always go on MTV.com and just watch. Dude, I was like 7 years old with internet access. It was terrible.
Whoa.
So yeah, so I would go on MTV.com and the two big ones were "Sleeping Awake" by POD and then "Faint" by Linkin Park. And then after that, it was just Snowball, like Slipknot, Killswitch, like Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet. Deftones. Oh, huge Deftones. Yeah, of course. Love Deftones.
Two
and then
favorites.
when I was in like when I was when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, the first like metal girl like at my school, I
Yes.
was like talking to her. I was like, "What should I listen to?" She's like, "Search up Unanswered by Suicide Silence." And I was like, "All right." Didn't I was like, oh my god! Like my still very plastic brain was trying to take it in, and it was fucking. It was so yeah, just all that man. It's great because like we can all jam this shit. Like I fucking love anything from fucking Cannibal Corpse to whatever he's listening to as well. Avenged Sevenfold. That was like my first metal concert and. Just anything that rips, man. I got the down picking from fucking like Hetfield and
course.
and Matt from Bullet. Those are my inspirations for the down picking. Because apparently that's the only thing I'm good at is down picking.
That's
Apparently.
not true. That's not true at all.
No.
He's very good at many things.
You're good at doing live shows too.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
Very my son is very multi-talented.
How about you though? I would love to pick
Yeah.
your brain about your influences and bands that you like really fucked with growing up. Like what really started it?
Favorite band's Korn.
Yeah,
It was
same
back then,
Korn.
That was
still
my
Yeah.
first favorite band.
Yeah, I
Alright.
forgot to mention that, Korn. I had the fucking Tomb Raider DVD with Angelina Jolie, and
Oh,
the
wow.
DVD 2 had the fucking music video for like "Did My Time" or some
It did,
shit,
huh?
and she
Yeah.
was in the music video.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hell.
again, 6 years old, just like watching this, like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like
yeah.
why am I jacking off right now?
It's like, I don't even know what this thing does, but here I am.
Here I am. Here we are.
In first grade, Andrew. Wow.
No.
They grow up so fast.
Ripping early, kind of.
And
Next
then-
topic.
And then I grew up. Yeah, Korn, Slipknot, fucking. I'm a '90s new metal kid.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
Mudvayne, Stained.
Any grunge?
Hell right.
Yeah, Nirvana, any rhythm based band I love, and then
Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains. Any like late '90s death metal too, like early Skinless, Eternal Suffering, Wormed. Any band that
Ooh,
kind of like
hell
was.
yeah.
Wormed is disgusting.
Oh yeah, I can't say the fuck. I'm sound like a fucking geek, which I am. But that record, Planetarium. I gotta get that right.
I honestly can't remember. I'm more
Dude,
like
that's the record.
I always replay the later one. What is it like? Krieg's Who? I don't even know. How
Oh yeah,
to
they
fucking
went
say
even
it.
more insane.
Yeah.
like later on in their career. But yeah, any death metal band that had more that was more into like the groove, like early 2000s, late 90s, than that. So yeah, that and new metal are the main.
Hell yeah.
There's some great death metal bands out there. I mean, if you haven't heard Skinless, like those first two records are fucking phenomenal.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Tampon lollipops.
Yeah. Eternal Suffering. There was we. What the fuck is happening?
That's how we laugh
That's
here.
Bryce.
We laugh in
That's
song.
Bryce for you. There's only one Bryce Butler. I promise you that.
Facebook, you
one
made
and
me
one, dude. You are 1-1, dude.
Hell damn, bro.
It's fucking sick.
That's all I want.
You guys have four albums out, and they're all. This is fascinating. They're all independent. What was what was like the thought process of that? Okay, we're just gonna stay independent.
Yeah. So we were considering it. The first two albums we had one day if we ever sign a label, we'll go with this label, and then that label eventually sends us an offer a few years later, and at that point we're like, well, everything is getting paid for already. We're already getting the tours we want to be getting.
Yeah.
We're already seeing growth every year. So there's a conversation of like, all right, what are the pros and cons if we did go with a label? And kind of found one of the biggest pros was to say that we were on that label, but the cons, especially like financially, were immense. So
Yes.
just like, yeah, we've already gone this far. Let's see how far we can just take it, just keep everything going, and we're able to pay everyone out a little more than we would be able to if we were on a label. And obviously, like we said earlier, we want this to be a career, so it's been like a good way to kind of keep that as an option, instead of, every deal is different, but a lot of our friends, we see them giving away all their money to the label, and it's wasn't really for us. I think maybe it will be one day, because I think labels are changing, and I'm seeing deals that are a lot more competitive these days. That so maybe if they keep going that way, it would be cool. But we also see the labels getting a little less important. Is another perk of labels, you get into the brick and mortar stores, you get in your CDs in Best Buy and Target, FYE, but Ben's good about buying like physicals, but like most people aren't. And so again, that's another perk, is like, we could get into stores, but like if no one's buying the music from the stores, they're all getting it online. You don't really need a label to be on Spotify or where people are listening. So
Yeah.
That's kind of what the thought process is.
And so I assume like the first record and the second record and third is like, well, this is working. This is
Exactly.
Stay on like a.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, if like on the first record we had got one of the offers we had gotten, we probably would have just went with it. But because it kind of grew the way it did, we just didn't see the need.
And it's great because I mean, as you said, like you're getting the tours that you're getting. It's like you're getting opportunities like you had a label. It's like I've seen I saw you first again from earlier, like with Cannibal Corpse, and then I see you 2 years later, you're headlining your own tour.
And what's funny about the Cannibal Corpse tour this past February, was it was called the Metal Blade Records tour. So you would think they'd pick only Metal Blades Records bands.
Yeah.
But they still grabbed us, so that was kind of cool.
You guys earned that spot.
Yeah.
It's sick. Do you guys, what about, I'm trying not to get so like business savvy, but are you guys managed? You have like a manager or set, like?
That's the guy right there.
I
You're
do.
looking at him.
You're looking
You're
at him.
looking at him. There he is.
Shit, dude.
There he is.
Okay, now this is going to go to my next question. So it's a great segue. Like Chris, I think like how do you manage two bands like that?
Yeah,
that,
luckily,
at that time?
luckily, the other band has a great manager, Scott Lee, and for Currents, all I really have to do is write and show up, and everything's pretty delegated between the other guys. I am involved in the business, but our singer Brian does a great job, and Scott and his partner Josh, who manage Currents, do a great job there. So that kind of takes care of that. And as far as managing this band, I kind of just got to make sure checking emails each day so we're not missing anything. Big props to our agent, Nick Storch, who helps with like the opportunities and the booking and stuff like that. He's been really great to have on board. But yeah, and also just to quote Andy Marsh from there, I asked him like years ago on one of our first shows, it's like, what do you spend like the most time doing as a manager? And he's like, thinking of ideas. And I think that's really true, is the more creative you can be and the more stuff you can do, the the more you can do with your band, really. And obviously, everyone has ideas. Everyone's contributed great ideas over the years. So to just add to the pool and try to execute the ideas everyone has, I think is important.
Yeah, executing ideas is surprisingly very difficult.
Yes.
So you must be very good at having your priorities and then time management. So it's like a big one, huh?
Yeah. In the beginning, there was no priorities or time management other than let's make the record at some point. And now it's like, well, there's a cost to not doing certain tours. There's a cost to not releasing music. The biggest cost is not releasing good music. We try to at least make sure we like this stuff. You can't really predict if everyone's gonna like it, but we try to make it so we at least like it. Even if it takes a little longer. This last record, came out 2.5 years after the record before, so the most time we spent on a record. But yeah, time management, making sure everything gets done. There have been situations where even just before this tour, we'll have just come off of a different tour, and we'll have 2 days to practice, so I feel bad. I kind of like rushing everyone a little bit. I'm like, well, I'm home for 2 days. Let's practice together. But everyone's made it work, and we make everything work. It just is a little tight sometimes, but yeah.
You guys just make it work.
You have to.
Yeah, you guys are obviously all friends. And whenever it's time to fucking rock and jam, you guys seem to all be there, huh?
And we're really just good with one band practice before the tour. The band practice is really just to make sure all the gear still works.
Yeah. Everything working? Okay.
Yeah, because I send everyone like the set file to a click, so he gets to practice vocals to it, he gets to practice drums, he'll practice bass to it, and then when we get together, it's doing the exact same thing, just together, but it's really the same thing. We just play to the click track,
You guys fucking live and breathe music, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, we love it.
I have like a rule. I call it the 3 rule, where like I think a person could only do 3 things at a high level successfully.
Okay.
My bar is like Joe Rogan. Like, all right, you're a UFC commentator, you're a comedian, and then you're obviously a podcaster. So you got shadow, currents, and you're a manager.
I also run a recording studio.
Yes,
I might put that.
Oh my god!
But I'm probably not. So I think
Bryce like that
I'm
one.
probably not especially good.
Bryce like that one.
I'm probably not especially good at any of them, or not as good as I could have been had I only focused on 3 of them.
Did I not?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, trying.
But they all work together though.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's all music.
And
so.
that's the thing is like they're almost not really different things. They are all pretty hand in hand with each other.
Yeah.
Like people in the industry I meet, like sometimes just end up working with the studio or with the other band. There's a lot of bands at this point that Currents and Shadow Intent have toured both with, and some of them, like Gaslighting, for example, the members had found out about Shadow Intent like when they knew me from Currents, and then that led us to touring with them. Or Born of Osiris is another one we just did. But yeah, a lot of it kind of is hand in hand. So it's almost not really doing 3 different things.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
It's like if I have all these things going on, they're all around music.
Yeah,
it's
and
cool.
funny enough, I kind of learned that concept from Chris Franzak, because he always talks about like the multiple things he's running. He has like his clothing company. He had a record label he's not a part of anymore, and obviously his band. And his goal was always just to have all those things go hand in hand with each other.
Totally.
So I don't know him super well. I've only met him once or twice, but I think there is something to be said for that mindset. Is if you're gonna do multiple things, if you can have them kind of all run together, that's pretty valuable.
Totally. Yeah, that's the goal. It's pretty like crazy. Like you just wanted to play music, and then you didn't realize all these different hats you guys got to wear.
You have to.
All
You,
these
you
different
have to be able.
You
to
could
do
just
multiple
hire
things.
people to do everything for you, but then you lose all that money.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make so much sense as finding half the amount of people that can do. Each person can do 2 jobs.
Yeah. No,
Hell
totally,
damn,
man.
brother. Let's rip with that
Let's rip.
instead. That sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, and and good ideas are hard to come up with, and like you can't just like play your instrument. You got to do that, and then you got to practice, and then you got to make time for whatever family or significant other that you have, and then you got to go on tour, and it's just all these different hats.
Oh yeah.
Or then fucking we're driving around 5 a.m. and the fucking is our driver drinking, and also all of these we're talking yesterday, all of these things that you sign up for you had no idea that you signed up for.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the main things that we actually didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but that I'm like, like the bigger the band gets, or the bigger you get, like personally, like however you want to put it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It is weird. I've always been a person that like tries really hard to like answer every comment. Because it's always been easy.
Yeah.
But now it's like, fuck, man.
There's too many.
It's
a lot.
It's
What to
literally
do?
like it's literally not possible. And like, now comes another problem, and another thing that is in your head on the road is it's like, I don't ever want to upset anyone,
Yeah.
but that's fucking impossible. And it's like similar to what we talked about, like turning off a bad day because you don't want a kid, like the last thing that you want is a kid to think that you're an asshole, but you're just
Yeah.
having a bad day, so you got to turn it off. But it
Yeah.
is like, you have all these messages, and like just to even open, if you see like 100 messages from different fans, that's fucking daunting as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like you don't even want to open one because as soon as you're like, this is like so cool. But like you respond, and they're like, "Oh shit, I didn't think you would respond," and then they're trying to have a whole ass conversation with you.
It's tough. Yeah.
And then and that's just one person, and that takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, how do I pick and? So I do still really, really try so hard to like, especially like really like any like really special ones like someone's first metal show ever.
Yeah.
Or something, like if we're tagged in that, like I'll try to like comment something like it was like an honor to have anything like that, and like try to do something. But it is I never thought about this. I never thought about this part of it ever being a thing. But it's like it kind of sucks because you wish you want to fucking
You
have
wanna
a conversation
be able to
with
engage
every
with
kid.
everyone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you want to like
Yeah.
try to inspire every kid if you can, but you fucking can't.
You can't,
And then
yeah.
and you don't want. It's like what do you do? Because
Yeah.
if you try to answer them all, you're literally gonna fucking drive yourself crazy and
You are.
drop off the earth.
Yes.
And no one wants that. So it's like life is all about balance. You have to find a balance and like pick and choose the ones that you respond to, and then basically just hope that inevitably there's gonna be plenty of kids that you just don't even see their message. And you just basically hope that they just don't think you're an asshole. And if they do, like, you have to learn to sleep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hear that,
It's
everybody? Bryce will get back to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, there's not enough time in a day. There's feeling, especially like the older like you get, and the more priorities you have in your life, the more shit you got going on in your life. Like,
Right.
the time in a day is just fucking disappears. I keep telling my girlfriend, I'm like, where does the day go? I just fucking woke up. I woke up at 4 a.m. And it's fucking the day. Is tonight.
Yeah.
And when we're watching Cobra Kai and time to go to bed now, it's like, where did the day go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say the same thing all the time.
It's nuts, but I mean, you want to do all these things, but it's just not possible. So you try I think that's what we're all doing with, no matter who you are, what your chosen walk of life is. We're just trying to prioritize the balance of our life. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. But
It is.
that's a pretty good fucking closer. It's sick. We're all trying to find life balance.
Hell
Yeah.
damn, brother.
Yeah.
We're all in this together, baby.
What's the what's the future like for for you guys?
Gosh.
Everyone just looks at Chris.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to Europe in January. We're going for our first time. We're gonna headline a tour.
Damn.
Yeah, and the tour, we didn't expect our first time to be there headlining, but basically we're gonna do the festivals a couple of years ago. Like Summer Breeze, Brutal Assault, that stuff, and then we had routing shows booked between it. And our agent was like, "Wow, these routing shows are selling pretty good," and everything got canceled. And it was like, "Well, let's postpone the routing shows and build a tour around it, since you can seem to already sell in Europe." So we just made a full Europe tour out of it, and we still get to do the Summer Breeze, Brutal Assault stuff. Hopefully that's all announced. But yeah, a bunch of festivals. We just announced Alcatraz Festival. That's going to be this coming August. So we're going to Europe twice next year. We'll probably hit the U.S. at least once next year. But otherwise, kind of want to, prioritize the music again.
New music.
Yeah.
Already?
Something. I mean,
The record just came out.
We don't care.
well, not that the music's gonna come out super soon, but at least,
Yeah.
But like we're saying, carpe diem. Like, I think
Sorry.
at least some of us, I know I am, just need to take a little extra time home and a break from traveling, because we've never done 3 tours in a year. We've always just done 1 or 2.
It's been 4 now within 365 days. 'Cause
Exactly.
A year ago was the first tour back from the lockdown with Born of Osiris, so we've done 4 within 365 days.
And that's not really what the principles the band was built on. We wanted to kind of keep it short and sweet and focus on the online presence and the music, and turn into a lot. But we just keep getting these tours we really want to do, but they
I guess, but yeah,
but it comes at a price of other stuff. So we want to try to wind down a little bit and re-strengthen the musical process and stuff like that, and the home life and stuff. So next year might not be super busy, but we also just never know, because every once in a while we get things we don't expect, and
It's cool.
I'm like, damn. That's a quote from our friend Ben Savage from Whitechapel.
Savage is
Also,
so
he'll just look at you, squint a little bit, and he's just like, damn.
Yeah,
It's our favorite.
Arms crossed.
We love him. He's great. But so we're still figuring out what's next, but obviously this tour is a really good sign of things to come, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, turnout was fucking packed, dude. I was like, damn, I just saw him open up a tour a few months ago. Under headlining, is a lot of fucking people in here. It's cool.
It's been so cool, man.
It's badass.
Very grateful.
Well, where can people find you guys?
Anywhere.
Yeah. I feel like everyone has everything now,
Everything,
right?
anywhere and
It's
everything.
not the 90s anymore, you know?
We got a whole website. They could just go to that.
Yeah.
.com.
We
Yep,
we got a
Chauvinton.com.
The .com version.
Yeah.
We
You got-
grabbed that.
Do you have t-shirts?
hell damn.
Dude. Yeah.
Hell damn, dude.
You better believe it,
Got
bro.
I got hell damn t-shirts.
We got
Yeah.
we got plenty of some bitchums for you, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. So I take it is Shadow of Intent, IG. You guys have.
We had to grab
TikTok yet?
Child of Intent official because
Oh, yeah, there you go.
some idiot
Some
grabbed-
perpetrator.
Yeah.
A Halo
We're gonna
fan
find you.
was
Once we and
idiot took it.
on Twitter we had to get SOI band page the worst possible.
Oh, fuck
So-
yeah.
But I'm gonna meet the head of Instagram and the head of Twitter one day, and I'm gonna be like, give me the names.
I want names.
Now we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna find the dude who took Shadow of Intent on Instagram. We're
Yeah.
gonna find him.
We're gonna find you.
Have a big bag of shit behind you. Like if you don't give me names, go right in your fucking face, dude.
I don't want to say
Or
anything
woman.
publicly that can be construed as a threat, but
Just add a number, bro.
Oh my
Any
goodness.
number. Anything.
Well, dude,
Asterisks.
thank you for having the first 8 a.m. podcast. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Have a good show tonight in San Diego. Everyone go out and see them. And yeah, until fucking next time. Thanks, guys.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone.
Thank you so much,
That's it. Later.
Later.